Sorry for the delay, folks. The commentators are just grabbing a quick bite to eat. But MTB showed what their game plan would be, basically, which is huck to the guy going deep.
Yes, +1, MTB.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of a defense SLIPDIISC post. That is one good pull. Now that is called a good pull. They slipped this home ground, so they've got a ton of support, sideline support. But don't put it past the MTB boys, because these guys know how to play.
Risky shot, really tough catch.
They will not be afraid to take the 50-50 shots. Forget 50-50, even the 60-40 shots, 40-60. MTB winning the first 2 points, getting themselves off to a quick start with a 2-0 lead. It might take a while though for SLIPDIISC to understand what their pace is. Another giant pull there. Nice catch by Sush. But the MTB boys have really put pressure on the pull there and made it count. That's Ravi Kunal going deep, but chased down by Rutvik, or Krishna rather. Krishna just turned on the afterburners there, man. Nice D, great recovery. If the SLIPDIISC guys can manage to stop the long hucks, then the MTB team will be severely hampered. Then they'll have to use their plan B, which will be interesting to see what it is. But I think the SLIPDIISC should just use their girls, in fact, because there's a huge mismatch on the girls. Nice grab!
Wow!
Now both teams showing that they can huck the disc. Both teams showing that they do have a long game. SLIPDIISC getting themselves on the scoreboard here. Guys, the finals looks as if it's going to be an interesting game.
Wow. 2-1.
All 3 points that have been scored so far have been hucks.
Wow, what a catch and what a play. I don't even know that player. Do you know that player's name?
When that disc went up in there, I thought it was going out of reach, but he grabbed it.
Agreed. We're trying to look at our cheat sheet here to find the names of the players, but we are riding blind all match, so we will do our best to try to fill in with some names when we can. It's still raining a bit here. Still windy. Some environmental factors playing a role. We get a nice deep cut. Some back and forth piston cuts downfield from the MTB offense. Nice patience. We see Sush here on
Coaching, Sush is doing
Yep.
a great job.
Yep, Sush is
Intelligent.
making a poach here. A poach is where she is no longer guarding her female opposition, and she is letting her female opposition become wide open anywhere on the field. And that is a known risk that the SLIPDIISC team has decided they're taking early on here in this match to try to force the disc into the hands of the women on the MTB team and make it harder for the men to beat them, because the men are their strength. It's a great strategy, and Sush is so far doing a great job. Now there is some discussion. Sounds like it might be a fast count. So drop the stall and continue playing. It should not have been a stoppage, but it would be a violation if he does not drop the stall count. And I think that might have been what the discussion was. We can try to observe Sush here taking away all the four-side cuts for even the men, irregardless of gender. She's got to stay.
Oh, nice.
That's a beautiful throw.
Beautiful.
Beautifully hauled in. And when you have a female poaching the open side underneath, you cannot get beat deep. The whole point of the strategy is to force them underneath, yet they still got beat deep. You hate to see it. They're going to have to make an adjustment there.
Sush did a good job in stopping the in cuts, but what happened is Karan dumped the disc to Rutvik and then made a slash cut across, got free and hucked it, which is something that SLIPDIISC might want to look at. Instead of stopping the in cuts, which MTB aren't using, maybe Sush should turn and face the handler and stop the hucks.
Or the uplines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 3-1.
Thank you.
3-1 to MTB. Jeff Daniels.
This song here?
This tune.
It sounds like I know this song. Oh, beautiful throw.
Get that! Nice grab by Kunal there. Slowed down to use his body to block the defense, and beautiful put also by Sharan. That was absolute butter. Just floated on a plate for Kunal.
Yeah, Sharan and Karan
Cold play, man.
have some of the cleanest throws you'll see in Ultimate in India. A great chance to see what a great throw looks like here. Their forehands are beautiful. And yes, this is confirmed a Coldplay song in the background that I'm trying to speak over. They're doing some live music warm up here. Try to enjoy some Coldplay in the background. We would like to turn this into karaoke, but we will spare the fans. It's a great atmosphere here. We got some live Coldplay going on in the background. The fans are all here in support. It's clear that there is a big support for the home team. Sharan with a beautiful pull. And Sush back in the poach. Yeah, she's coming too much to the break side, getting baited into that. Oh my. An amazing catch by Ritika, number 17 on MTB. And again, they get beat deep.
Sush doing a good job at stopping the in-cuts, but again, we need to stop the hucks, not the in-cuts. MTB aren't using the in-cuts.
So she can stay closer in and more try to in the direction of the foreside to make it hard to get a huck off.
Yes.
And just kind of confuse the offensive player.
That is absolutely correct. Exactly what I wanted to suggest. But if I had to be honest, I want the MTB team to win.
Did you get +1 MTB? 4-1? 4-2. Why do you say that?
I played the first Surat tournament when most of these guys, these kids, were just started playing, and they were all like tiny fellows. So, I mean, there's a soft corner there.
Nope. Saw it too late.
Kunal.
Oh my lord!
That looked like a dangerous play there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who did he bump into?
Huh?
Who did he bump into?
A female player.
Ooh.
I couldn't quite see who it was. Full on just tackled her down to the ground.
Yeah, that was reckless by Karan. When you leave your feet, you have to be mindful of. You have to be mindful of who's there in and around you. Because once you leave your feet, you don't have control. You can't stop suddenly.
So in this instance, it appeared that the disc was out of reach and uncatchable, but it was a dangerous play. So should the disc go back, or would this stand as a turnover?
It stands as a turnover because the one rule that supersedes all rules is would it have affected play? And if it doesn't affect play, then the play stands. It could have been caught. I wouldn't say it was 100% OB, out of bounds. So it'll be interesting to see what the resolution here is.
Looks like they're trying to recreate the play here. Always helps. Helps with communication. There always could be some kind of communication gap in language from college teams from across the country.
But it's good to see that the girl wasn't hurt.
Very good to see. She's still up. She's still moving around. Looks like she's even going to stay on the field, and there will be a contested foul. And I think it could go either way. An argument could be made that it was catchable. It looked like it was soaring out of bounds.
Uncontested foul.
That's a very, very good spirit from Karan here. It's an uncontested foul. And the gift to SLIPDIISC does not result in a score. And we'll see if MTB can capitalize here. Looks like they're back to person defense. Sush is still a little poached here. Yep. Staying on the four-side unders. Very good.
Sush, nice one.
That's exactly what we were expecting. Sush to come harder on the uplines for the men, and it makes it very hard for MTB to make progress. You take the disc out of Karan's hands,
That's exactly what they want.
and it's great adjustments here from SLIPDIISC. And you can sense the frustration from this MTB team as they're forced to just throw hucks because they can't get anything going downfield, and the huck is just too far out of bounds.
No, score. Wait, multiple hand signals here. Some people are saying score, some people are saying out of bounds. Score.
And a late score called. There was nobody really over there who had perspective except maybe this Hammer the Zones team.
But Grant, were you able to figure out what force the SLIPDIISC team was putting? Because
Yeah,
that was a forehand huck there.
that's true. We're trying to figure out.
And Sush, if they were forehand force, then Sush was on the wrong side. If the SLIPDIISC team was forcing forehand, then Sush should have been on the other side of the throw.
Yeah, it looked like a few throws there. They were forcing backhand, and Sush was on the correct side, making great bids on the strike upline cuts here, and the force appeared to switch, which led off an easy forehand huck. So I think that's why the SLIPDIISC team is calling a timeout here to make sure everybody understands the strategy they're trying to employ. And once they're all on the same page, I think it actually could be a good challenge here for MTB. They got bailed out with a very hard deep shot.
Or SLIPDIISC might actually also have been putting a flat force. Flat mark.
One MTB. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. It could have been doing
But then a
flat mark.
poach, to have a poach is kind of defeats the topic.
Yeah.
Defeats the purpose.
So while we're hanging out in this timeout, thanks to those of you joining us on the live stream. It's great to have you with us. We will be monitoring the live chat throughout the match, so feel free to ask us questions about the match, about the tournament, about the weekend, whatever you're interested in learning more about, and we'll try to keep it engaging. Looks like we still have some Abi Kalpa fans here. Flower Power coming from Suhas in the chat. Jaideep appears to be a fan of SLIPDIISC. And Akshay is an MTB supporter. The timeout has ended. We're back with some live action ultimate. Last game of the weekend. We have a 4 women, 3 men ratio for this point. Hands are up, indicating they're ready to receive the pull and try to get back in this match.
Nice grab by Kunal, saving that poor throw by Sush. That's a full length dive, full length layout on an in cut, which is very difficult to do. It just shows how badly the SLIPDIISC team want to win. Ooh, and it bounces off Kunal's hand, unfortunately. A little too much heat on that IO.
Person defense, no poach. Nope.
Krishna with the disc.
There is a poach.
Sush is poaching deep. But and a foul call.
They're forcing forehand, but their poach is on the break side.
An accepted foul there. So the stall will come in at 0.
It's a weird poach situation here.
Puts in the wrong place. It's too far away.
The free
Made me eat my words. I was saying she was in the wrong place, too far away.
safety roaming around.
Nice grab. The acceleration there by Krishna was out of this world.
Oh my lord.
But again, throws it away. You need to keep a calm head, especially after you get a great deal like that. I think it was meant for that guy, but it was saved. Oh, nice one by Sushko. Oh! No! It's being called in, but the MTB team is calling it out. This is going to be a tough one.
Let's see if some doesn't matter folk have a chance to share their perspective, unbiased opinion.
These things always tricky.
They're polling the audience here. Some unbiased players had a very good perspective of that. I would trust whatever they say and continue play.
What does the replay show you guys on YouTube? Put it down in the comments. Oh, and it's contested and it goes back. It's a silly pass if you ask me. Completely unwarranted. There were two girls free in front of him. He could have just taken them. Taken that option.
Kenny, it's in.
Use Sush. See, they're not using Sush.
Oh my gosh, that's cheeky.
They're at the end zone line.
Look, she's wide open.
Oh.
Even on her. Pivot. Upline again all day long.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be hard.
That didn't look like a score because it looked as if she caught it and then jumped. But the MTB team agree, and that's a score for SLIPDIISC.
+1 slip disc.
If you ask me, SLIPDIISC should just use Sush non-stop as an up-the-line receiver. That's it. She's getting free at will. Instead of looking for crazy passes cross field, just use Sush.
Yeah, her defender was watching the disc, and Sush was getting easy upline cuts. You can't lose your eyes on your defender or on your offender if you're playing defense. You always have to keep one eye on the person you're marking and one eye on the disc. And Sush was able to capitalize there. We've updated the score here on the live stream. It's 5-3. MTB still in the early lead here. As you can see on the screen, we have the rosters. Anything that stands out to you on these rosters? We got SLIPDIISC.
Sush got decent. Sush managed to get decent distance on that pull, but unfortunately out of bounds. Something that all women need to practice. Not all women, everybody who's pulling needs to practice pulling.
That's why I don't pull, because I don't practice pulling. And the pull goes out of bounds before the halfway mark here, giving MTB a short field. They patiently move it back a few yards to get their offense set up, and SLIPDIISC taking away all the downfield looks with another female poach, making it hard for MTV to move. It's been handler, 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 and their first throw downfield is a turnover, which is exactly what SLIPDIISC wants. Beautiful defense. Take away the deep shots, put a female poach on the fore side, leads to a turnover, but can they capitalize on the offensive side? We have Karan on MTV, last of stack. He's usually back there poaching just to help deep. He's not going in, and there is a wide open player. There was a stall out occurred here, uncontested, good spirit. And unfortunately, SLIPDIISC gives it right back and can't convert.
Folks, when in doubt, if you're 8 and 9, just huck it. Ooh, that's a nice bid. Ooh, it's floating too much. And MTB managed to get it in. Ravi explaining to Karan that you shouldn't walk up to a disc and stand on it and give your team instructions. Although the rule says that you have 10 seconds to put the disc into play when it's in the playing area, that is against the spirit to do.
Are you able to start the stall if they're standing above the disc like that? Because I used to do that as well. I would stand there patiently and start instructing people before I pick it up, and I was informed that I cannot do that. And I have to pick it up once I reach the disc so that the stall can begin.
I think the correct...
+1 MTB. Yeah. Yeah. They have 6 now, right?
I think the correct procedure there would be to...
they just got another one.
To speak to the other team and call a delay of game, give them a verbal warning first, explain to them that it's not within the spirit of the game to do something like that, and then see how it goes from there. But I'm not sure if you can just tap the disc and start stalling, because it was a turnover.
Great point. We have a few more comments from the chat here. In between points, shout out to Kenny. Someone asked a question about Sush jumping after she received the catch there. Yeah, if you receive it on the ground and then jump, it would be considered a travel. But if you are in the air when you catch it and your momentum takes you into the end zone, then it would stand as a score, and that's what Sush tried to do there a few points ago. Now you can see Sush and Sharan working through. Sush's defender 92 is really struggling to keep up with her. Can Sush take advantage? Oh, we have a beautiful deep shot, wide open. And there is a call. We're not quite sure. Oh, it's a travel on the throw. Oh my. It was a great throw, and the receiver was just waiting for the disc to arrive. He was open for days. We'll see how this plays out. It looks like the defense has a chance to catch up. And now they hit Sush with another beautiful up line. That is there all day. And now Sush grips it and rips it to Sharan. Oh, I apologize, that's not Sharan. But a great use of his body to shield the defender, get in position, and then jump for it.
We remember playing against SLIPDIISC at Nationals, and this fellow got a lot of deep looks against us. So he is good in the end zone, but I would still recommend them to use the safe method and just use Sush. She's getting free at will. Why not just take the easy option? 4-6.
I think the fans might just be cheering for a close match. I think we all are. We want a competitive finals. We hope SLIPDIISC can catch up here. Currently the score is 6-4. This game did start at 3:30, so we're about 35 minutes into the match. Still got some time here. Halftime will be first team to 8 or at the 45-minute mark. The ratio is 4 men, 3 women, so we will have Sharon pulling the disc here from SLIPDIISC. And we have some more rain coming in, a consistent drizzle here. The wind is still coming towards the camera.
Oh, it's gonna hit the crowd.
And now Sharon gives the crowd a souvenir. As the wind is coming towards us, I would recommend he pulls from the far cone next time. Karan brings the disc in from the sideline here, forcing backhand, and he rips off a nice throw. Oh my lord! It is bobbled and juggled. Everybody has a heart attack, but then he reels it in. It was a great throw. Against the wind there, backhand. And really no margin for error, just outside the reach of the SLIPDIISC defender, who has been a beast in the end zone this tournament.
A beautiful backhand. It was all wrist, lunged out from the sideline, across the field, just over the defender's reach. Beautiful, beautiful throw. Watching the replay. Lovely vision by Karan and execution.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be too much. It looks like it's going to be too much. Unfortunate.
Oh, man. That was an amazing cut. Ravi had put his defender on skates with a beautiful fake underneath. Turns on the Jets to go deep. But the thrower can't quite get it there, just too far. MTB with a chance for the break here. And we see SLIPDIISC back into their female poach. Although it's hard to tell what the force is as Karan rips off another backhand huck. But it's right to Sush, who's helping deep. And Ritwik skies Sush for the score. And that is halftime. A beautiful throw by Karan.
I thought it was going out.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out, but the wind, again, coming towards us, helped keep it in bounds, and it just floated and dropped right in. And we're taken to halftime by a break there. MTB.
They're showing the hut, no, they're showing the hut.
We're watching the huck on the replay here. SLIPDIISC has to do a better job of keeping a flat mark because they are getting beat with these hucks. It is halftime. Now would be a good time to get up and stretch your legs. Grab a snack. Grab a drink. Join us on this lovely Sunday afternoon. The weather's been on and off all weekend. Raining, not raining, sunny, not sunny, windy, not windy. But it makes for more resilient ultimate frisbee players, learning to play through all the conditions. So Pixie, what are your thoughts on the adjustments that this SLIPDIISC team can make in the second half?
I think they should force one direction and put a close poach instead of a poach that is far away to stop the hucks. And we've seen it. We've made once they make the MTB team pass it amongst themselves for multiple passes, they end up in a turn. So that's what the chance of turning it over increase. But they've got such fantastic hucks and they've got such fantastic receivers that if you allow that option, it's demoralizing when you see the other team with one shot right from their end zone score and the other to your end zone. So that I think is something that they need to do in the second half.
Yep, I agree. Giving up just one throw scores is really demoralizing, and it just makes it too easy for the offense. Looks like the SLIPDIISC team is trying to start a cheer here, and they're getting the fans into it here. The hometown fans trying to protect home court, trying to bring up the energy. It's great to see. Pixie's trying to start an MTB cheer, but no one's following suit. Players are anxious to start the second half. I'm surprised there haven't been more cheers coming from the SLIPDIISC sidelines, given that they have more fans. They can try to build some sideline energy. That's one area that Indian Ultimate really can improve. Is sideline cheers and active sidelines. SLIPDIISC will receive the pull to start the second half. We've got a pull by the female player on MTB. It hits the out of bounds and wisely brings it over to the break. Disc will come in 15 yards from the end zone at the center. And a backhand force person-to-person defense here for MTB. SLIPDIISC trying to work it up. Oro's doing her best to get in my view. And very patient offense. Sush directing traffic, telling Ravi, hey, go over here. You're open. Ravi collects it, patiently waits, looks for the dump, gives it back to Sharon. There's a lot of open space downfield. No deep cuts, though, from SLIPDIISC. We got a lot of MTB fans, SLIPDIISC fans here in the chat. That's great to see. There's another discussion here. Ravi seems to be Mr. Talkative today. We're trying to figure out what the call is. He maybe... Well, the disc will go back. Oh, and Ravi says, enough of this. I'm going deep. A beautiful switch by the defense. Nice communication on the switch. Yep. Sush is making very hard catches look easy as its offense is kind of running through her. There goes Ravi again. Sharan takes a nice deep cut, bringing his defender all the way downfield with him. He's wide open for a huge under. Beautiful play. Just a nice easy toss upfield. Look at this. Miss accessories. Boom, boom, boom! Using their female beautifully all the way up the field, and the crowd goes wild. True home court advantage.
Filled me with anxiety watching that.
The lack of
The last 3 passes was, oh my god, there's no standing and throwing.
Straight-legged, no pivots, throwing like you're
it could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, in this wind, it could have gone anywhere.
Oof.
Nice.
Holy shit. Fantastic pull there. We could have run down and caught the disc himself.
Oh.
Ooh. But these boys have been playing together since they were practically babies almost. So they know each other's games. And it's great when you've got the physical ability as well as the chemistry. I mean, it's a lethal combination.
Flat mark on Karan. Very good decision. Goes right back to him.
Big call. Oh, defense catches off to offense, people. Come on.
Sush directing traffic.
Rules, knowledge, and use. Oh, nice one. Oh man, I love that. That was no look. That is absolutely known that okay, this is what's gonna happen. Ooh! Good grab. Good grab, good throw.
+1 MTB.
That was a smooth hammer by Karan. And it was dipping fast.
Upwind almost at that point.
Yep. There's a huge crowd that has come in to see the match. People from all over the Bangalore Ultimate community. And this is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see. This is the kind of atmosphere that, you know, we want to maybe double or triple next year. Some great camera work there showing the crowd. Unfortunately, Karan's not on the line. Otherwise, we'd have seen a giant pull. Why did he call break? It was an outside in that never came in. But then never came in. It came in maybe at before halfway. Presence of mind, dear folks. Presence of mind. Those jig-jag cuts I hate. Can never understand as handler when to throw. Oh man. Unfortunate. Sush has had a really good game if you ask me. Nice breakthrough. That's a high release backhand breakthrough for the score.
+1 MTB.
MT going away with this at a canter.
It's amazing to see the large crowd and the fan base here for the 3rd National College Ultimate Championships. Building the college ultimate environment and community is only going to help grow the sport of ultimate in India, and you will soon see a lot of the better club teams will have players that come from college who started playing a lot earlier in their careers. And the college ultimate scene is really where the development begins for these young players, and as they continue their career into the club scenes once they graduate. We have 4 women, 3 men on the line here, with a beautiful pull here from number 27 on MTB, and SLIPDIISC immediately work it up the field, already beyond the halfway mark. A nice in cut. Unfortunately, doesn't see the defender with a nice knockdown turnover. SLIPDIISC once again find themselves on defense, forcing backhand. Karan breaks it, sends it to the middle. Another break. We're on the near side here. Still forcing backhand. Back to Karan. Swings it over. Gets it right back on the break side. Has the whole field to work with. Not finding anything he likes, so he keeps swinging it. Beautiful movement by the handlers. It's hard to see, but Sush is off camera here, playing deep to again help with their deep looks. And we have a female cutter poaching underneath as well. It appears that it might have been a foot block, but Karan thinks there might have been some contact, so there's discussion. But we've seen SLIPDIISC run a few creative defensive poaches where their women are poaching deep or poaching in the open space to try to make it harder for MTB, and MTB doesn't really seem to be affected. They're still able to get it to their men and swing it pretty effectively, even though their women are rarely involved. As the discussion continues, some of the other fields were finishing up matches, so we're starting to begin getting more fans on that far sideline. This discussion Oh, looks like we have some input from the casual observers on the side, sharing their perspective, which is always nice if there's ever discrepancy. Looks like the slip disc player is telling him, look at my shoes. It was a nice foot block. And the disc will come back. There are two women completely wide open, and there you go. They're able to get it to a female player on MTB for the... Oh, hard defense there. They're really struggling to get it off. They're trying to force it, and that was well earned. That was a well earned turnover. Very hard D by slip disc. The female poach, two female poaches, seemed to work out for him there. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Whoa, nice!
A nice run through D. He says, "Don't ask, just throw it." And he holsters it, gets a nice swing, another nice continuation swing, and another nice continuation swing. They found themselves on the break side. Karan rips off a nice backhand. It's just too far though, and the crowd seems to love it. Sush was there just in case to escort that disc out of bounds. MTB female holding her stomach. Not sure if maybe she's cramping up a little bit. We hope she's all right. Looks like she's playing through the pain. And slip disc in a beautiful vert stack formation here. Good spacing between the cutters for the most part. Two handlers back. And let's see what they do. They activate a cut from the front of the stack. Second in the stack gets the first in cut. It's a little cluttered here. Sush gets a nice upline, but there is a stall out called. Sharon again holding onto it just too long. Had a man open downfield. Up the sideline. Ooh, nice. Swing it again, swing it again.
They're not using the width of the field.
I know.
Slip discs don't seem to be using the width of the field though. It's only on that third of the field, not even half. And finally, but I don't understand. Why don't they use Sush more? Just use the swing. She's always free. She's getting free at will. Why struggle?
Yeah, they really should start running just an end zone isolation play for Sush. Yeah. She is roasting her defender and seemingly always open. It's rare that you'll see an offense work it up the sideline the entire length of the field. But somehow it worked out for slip disc on that point, and I'm sure the defending team is not too thrilled that they were beaten up the force side the entire length of the field. That is something that you cannot have happen. It's nice to see our viewership is growing here on our YouTube live stream. in between points, we can use this time to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors. HMT is the tournament sponsor. UPAI helped provide all of the game discs for this tournament, as they have in the past for UPAI events. So thank you, UPAI. And IISC, the host of the tournament, and also the host of the Rhapsody Cultural Festival going on this weekend. There's another exciting night of live music and performances tonight on site here, just near Field 4. So for those in Bangalore who are trying to come, please contact a friend from the Frisbee community and try to get a ticket. We'd love to have you join us. Back to the action here. We see the same female poaching under, and Sush again poaching D. SLIPDIISC is tightening up the lines, sticking with their best players.
Call on the field.
And there's a call.
That was an offensive foul called by Ravi.
Ravi again making a call.
Oh, almost getting it, Kunal. Kunal playing with some real intensity on defense.
He's tiring out. He's jogging around. Oh, a man on a female trying to force that turnover there.
Trying to put some extra pressure.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, almost. But not quite. And that's a score for 11-6.
Yeah,
11-6 to
You
BTS.
could see the wind up from the
MTB,
defender.
sorry.
I thought she was going to come and smack it.
But quite often, defenders give up thinking that they'll not be able to reach the disc. But that should never be the case, because even as a receiver from the peripheral vision, if you see someone charging towards you, that plays on your mind.
Yep.
So never ever give up on a disc until it's hit the ground.
Absolutely.
This pull's going to be massive.
Karan's pulling. What's your guess? You think it'll land?
I am saying an OI in the middle, back of the end zone.
OI middle back of the end zone.
OI, yes.
Floaty OI middle back of the end zone. I'm going to say it's going to go out of bounds on this near end here. He's pulling it from this side with the wind coming towards us. It's not too windy at the moment, but we'll see. A nice OI pull it.
Oh, and Grant was right.
And just as Grant predicted, it comes out of bounds. Sharan walking the disc up, seemingly has nowhere to be. Nice vert stack structure here again by SLIPDIISC. Sush handling. Again, same female defender. Should probably start going up line and flowing through her.
Look at that.
Oh, a beautiful high release flick. Sush calling for it. Hey, I'm open, I'm dump, I'm dump. Not looked, and instead decides to turn it over. Not a good option. A nice grab by Karan, making it look easy. As we noted, the wind is coming towards the camera here, so all of the throws away from the camera will pop in the air and can get away from us if we're not careful and we don't add a lot of rotation to the disc. There the handlers go with just easy handler movement again. A little clogged.
I love their non-verbal communication, these Jumbish boys. Just little nods, little flick of the hand to indicate where they want the disc. Beautiful.
Yeah, they've played together for so long. They know all of their mannerisms. Hey, clear. A little flick of the wrist. Go deep. A little head nod. Great intentions there. And it is a turnover.
No, but I don't think he had a play on the disc.
Yeah, actually it appears that number 4 here on MTB, we're repping the Jumbus club jersey, has called the foul and correctly retracts it. That's great spirit and good discussion. It was clearly above his head and the defender had better position. Not much you can do there. Yes, the commentary team is brought to you by Grant and Pixie. Thank you to the fans. Thank you, Jaideep. We love you too. Pixie, do you love Jaideep also? No comment. Slip disc with the disc. Another high release flick. Good patience. Way to hit the inside under there. Uh-oh.
Look at Sush.
Looks like there's a conversation, maybe a fast count. So they're talking it out.
That guy should clear and let Sush get the disc. Yes, thank God.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Give it back. Yes,
Another beautiful. And play
God.
continues. Play continues, but the entire stadium is letting them know there was a call about 30 minutes ago. And the disc will go back.
What is the call? Who called what? On who? I don't understand. But both these guys should understand now, if it's inconsequential, don't talk, just talk after the point. Casually having a chit chat in the middle of the game. Oh, yo. Karan's there, man. No chance.
Yeah, poor decision.
Thou shalt not pass. What a put there. What a put. What a put. End zone to end zone, and that is a flick. That's the ultimate we come here to see, guys. That exact play. A D and then an incredible flick huck.
Sush had position there. Looks like she slowed down to try to read the disc and let the offender get by her. Probably could have tried to get under the disc sooner to take up that space and make it harder to make the catch. Unlucky there as we watch it back on replay. She kind of turned her head a little too early to try to read the disc instead of putting her head down and sprinting to where it was going to be. And as she did that, she slowed down a little bit and left a window of opportunity that led to a score. Sush has been playing the entire match almost, so we can't blame her for being tired. It's been a long weekend. She's leaving it all out on the field. We're
12-6.
MTB takes that 6-point lead. This game started at 3:30, so we're just over the hour mark here, with the 75-minute mark as the time cap. So at that point, we will add 1 to the highest score. But it seems this might be a game to 15. 4 men to 3 women is the ratio for this next point. SLIPDIISC running with some familiar faces, trying to build some momentum and finish this game strong. Beautiful pull. Lands dead center. Sush collects it a little high. Starts directing traffic. Hey, go over there. Wide open for the in cut. A little bit of a walk. Looks off the in cut. Waits a bit too long. And a no-look throw to the dump ends up in the hands of the defense. And MTB capitalize. If you blink, you missed it.
Yep, I think that girl with the disc missed the pass to Sush. And then turned around, looked for the dump, but the dump was covered. And then just panicked. It's unfortunate. There's two throws that she missed. She missed the in cut, then she missed the dump to Sush, and that, I think, made her run out of time.
This match is 100 minutes, so the ticker on the stream is probably more accurate than the commentators. But as my prediction, the game is probably going to go to 15 anyway.
The game's to 15 or 17? This particular game? 15.
15.
15.
Yeah. Yeah, game to 15. We got some fans here cheering on SLIPDIISC, getting the fans involved. Love to see that. There it is, Sush. Sush isn't even guarded at this point. I'm surprised SLIPDIISC hasn't taken advantage of this. Sush really playing well. Good patience here with the disc. Easy dump. Beautiful cut by Robbie. A little bit too horizontal, though. Doesn't get the disc. Sharon gets it to him anyway. He looks for the continuation to Sush, but it's picked off by a male who is poaching. And we'll see if MTB can convert this. Great defense. Trying to take away the dump. They get the dump anyway. Handler says go deep, but gets the swing right back to him. Looks for another continuation and gets it. We have a nice deep cut. Unfortunately, the timing wasn't there, so he's coming back under. And now the deep cut. Oh, wow. A very questionable deep throw. And wow. Wow. The catch is made through the defender. Not really sure how that even happened. It looked like a glitch in the matrix, but she comes down with it. Sticky hands. A beautiful catch. And it is game point for MTB, really putting on the gas here to close this weekend. Yep.
SLIPDIISC have really played with their hearts out here. The score might not reflect it, but they have put in 100% their energy.
Absolutely, I'll take that.
It's good, right?
It's awesome. If there's extras or misprints, let me have it.
Definitely.
4-3 women's line. MTB look as if all the top players are rested for this line. So this might be a good chance for SLIPDIISC to get some momentum. Not bad at all.
Too many cuts on the force side. It's just a cluster. Sush with the zinger.
No, little more float is required on that. Little more touch. It's too low and fast for the receiver to catch. MTB have the chance to win it here. But Karan, Rutvik, and Krishna, all of them none of them are on the line. Nice cut, nice throw.
Oh, a little push pass. Nope. No. Cheeky. Oh no.
Good defense pushing the disc back.
Great communication by Sush. Yelling instructions from across the field.
That's why I don't like this dump system where the offense goes behind and gets the disc, because you don't do anything with it. Oh, nice.
You gotta swing it.
Yep.
Once you dump it, you have to swing it, otherwise it's useless. You have to
Now
swing
swing.
immediately.
They're just passing it back and forth in the same area. But passing it back and forth in the same area have brought them to the edge of their end zone.
Somehow.
Whoa!
Another fucking ridiculous.
This
Great
has
bit there.
No regard for his own health. Just all on the line. Beautiful defense.
Nice dump defense. Great dump
Beautiful
defense. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen. MTB are the National College Champions for 2022.
Beautiful display of ultimate. A well-earned championship for this MTB squad. They never really seemed to be challenged at all this whole weekend. They were the clear favorites, and they lived up to expectations. They played phenomenal ultimate frisbee. SLIPDIISC has nothing to be ashamed of. They played hard. They have a smaller squad, so I'm sure they are exhausted, but they will take home the silver. And a lot of the SLIPDIISC players were heavily involved in volunteering for this event. So shout out to the SLIPDIISC team, to IISC for hosting this tournament, to all the volunteers who made this happen. And thank you for tuning in. We will have the award ceremony soon. I'm not sure if we're going to be live streaming that, but thanks for joining. Pixie, any closing thoughts?
No, it's been a great weekend, great tournament. It's so good to spend the weekend outdoors, especially watching Ultimate. And yeah, I mean, the final lived up to its billing. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you all soon. Cheers.